On a long enough timeline, the survival rate for everybody drops to zero. This existential quote from the 1999 film Fight Club says the quiet part out loud, but we can't all be so casually flippant about our own mortality. Death is a difficult topic to discuss in today's society because of the heavy emotions it invokes. Why is something so universal so difficult to discuss? I think it's because death has a different meaning for all of us. But death does have physical, psychological, and social implications which guide these discussions. Today's speech, I'll describe near death experiences, compare and contrast them to psychedelic experiences, and use socio emotional selectivity theory and terror management theory in order to relate these transformational experiences to society more broadly. Near death experiences and the way we react to them say a lot about our cognition. In a 2024 article by Seifu et al. In Omega Journal for Death and Dying, they describe ways their participants' attitudes towards life and death changed as a result of near death experiences in a positive, meaningful way. However, they also highlight the potential for these experiences to create psychological problems and existential angst. This is an important dichotomy because it explains why we all experience death so differently. One of these case studies, Jason, describes his heart attack experience. He has an out of body experience where during the 4 days that he was unconscious, his disembodied consciousness orbited a bright, magnetic, peaceful light. But he also describes the paradigm shift from a stress induced lifestyle to one where he's oriented towards finding laughter and serenity. This matches other near death experiences. Another change that people report is the view towards death itself transitioning from a vague, distant topic to a visceral, immediate experience. So the potential for personal agency these experiences provide literally comes at the cost of death. In contrast, psychedelic experiences offer similar opportunities for transformation without the physical risk. Psychedelic drugs, including LSD, DMT, and psilocybin, provide their users with altered states of consciousness. These intense episodes pose minimal physiological risk, but can catalyze psychological disturbances. For example, Morton et al. From a 2023 article in Death Studies note the promising benefits of psychedelic experiences with the caveat that the causal factors of these benefits are not well understood. This acknowledges the potential while leaving room for variables such as individuals' own mindsets and environmental settings. However, they were able to correlate these experiences with an increased subjective well-being as a result of reduced death anxiety. The author suggests that similarities between near-death experiences and psychedelics could explain this ability. Similarities in content, such as Jason's out-of-body experience, have been cataloged by scientific studies. Namely, an article by Timmerman et al. In 2018 published in Frontiers in Psychology listed similarities between near-death experiences and DMT accounts, such as feeling of inner peace, traveling through a void, viewing a bright light. These parallels suggest the potential for psychedelics' ability to transform individuals. Translating this to broader society depends on developing models which relate the significance, the cultural significance of these experiences through theories like terror management theory and socio-emotional selectivity theory. These are behavioral theories that relate death to society and psychology. An example is Seifu et al. Using SST, socio-emotional selectivity theory, in order to describe how life becomes apparently more valuable after near-death experiences. SST postulates that humans assign value to things based on their scarcity, and the scarcity of one's life becomes apparent after near-death experiences. The subjective value of one's time enables transformation. Furthermore, terror management theory uses mortality salience as a cultural development mechanism. Landau et al., in their 2007 article in Evolutionary Psychology, describe the basic postulate that death anxiety is the result of our innate instinct to survive and our developed ability to reason about the future. Mortality awareness then prompts worldview defense and the need for self-esteem. Examples of these behaviors are not just supernatural, like belief in heaven, nirvana, or the afterlife, but also secular. The idea that one's contributions in life towards their culture's material survival beyond their own lifetime directly relates to terror management theory. Worldviews, which are just ideas that endure across space and time, help control the terror of near-death experiences and their psychedelic analogs. There is variation among cultures and worldview flexibility, and this complexity highlights the potential for tension that could emerge in discussions of death. Using the language offered by terror management theory and socio-emotional selectivity theory could help navigate the complexities of death and foster more productive discussions. So why bring up all this stuff about death? Nobody lives their life free of risk and everybody's gonna die. So what? All this means is that our time here is a valuable commodity. Socio-emotional selectivity theory helps explain how psychedelic and near-death experiences help reveal that to individuals. Part of the challenge in this realization is how it clashes with dominant worldviews. This is why terror management theory is so useful, because it explains that even dominant worldviews are a result of the same fundamental human reactions. Productive intercultural and interpersonal dialogues depend on understanding the physical, psychological, and social implications of death. If we're going to arrive at shared meaning, it's time we stop avoiding mortality and start learning from it.